Let me turn that off. So go ahead and enlarge that screen up. Yep, there you go.
There you are.
Yeah, and then
Okay,
you
how
want
do
to
I
stop
do-
recording.
We will open up the library trustees meeting with me as a stand-in, and Megan is in Florida on vacation, so Bronwyn is standing in for her. So perhaps we will make this a very quick meeting.
Big decisions.
Well, we may be tabling some of the bigger decisions as a result. So the first item, as always, is the minutes. Did everyone have a chance to review the minutes from the November meeting? Is there any comment or question? And if not, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Bronwyn, do you want to give Megan's report?
Sure. It's fairly brief, which is great. I'll just follow along through it. I could share a screen if anybody wants me to, or, no, okay. The story walk, I don't know if anyone has seen that. It's been moved to the common.
Looked great.
Really wonderful. And it is going to stay longer to just it's a bit of a pain to move it. And so the facilities was hoping that we would leave it when we're moving around, leave it for a longer period of time. So
Are they the ones that put it up? for
they
you?
do that. Yeah. So it was over at
I saw.
at Wheelwright,
Yeah.
yeah. And so they're happy to do it or willing to do it, but the longer we can leave it in place, the better. So
Did they get good viewing in Wheelwright, do you think?
I think so. Well, it was during the pumpkin
Pumpkin,
sale, so
yeah.
I think then it really did. And
Great.
after that, I mean, I think that entrance is used pretty regularly. So I think it was great visibility for us. And then the next one is the strategic plan, and I don't know if you want to talk about maybe tabling it.
Yeah, I
Is
talked to
that-
Catherine, since she's not here and Megan's not here, we thought we would wait until January to
Yeah,
vote
that
on
makes a
that.
lot of sense.
Okay.
Is there no deadline on that? They'll plan to be in by a certain,
I think we're okay. I think it has to be next year.
oh, okay. I thought we were racing to get in before the end of this calendar year. but
Is that right?
I don't know. That's why I was asking the question. I thought, but if they're recommending to hold off till January,
I can't,
I think the deadline was extended because of the whole COVID thing.
Okay.
I thought that was my understanding.
Is it, could I check on the web someplace for it, or is the deadline state mandated or
It would
town?
be it would be a state mandate, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll see.
Otherwise, Christmas Eve, we could be down here.
What are you gonna bring?
I was under the impression that there was a sense of urgency, but that we had enough time to hold off on the vote. I thought we had to get it ready. But that would have just been me making it up because I like to make up deadlines. for
No, we
myself.
kind of talked about that, but I don't know if that was like an official or more like us saying we wanted to get it done.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either. It was more like, let's just.
All right, I'm texting both Megan and Catherine,
Okay,
and we'll see if there's a year-end deadline or not. Okay, so we can always come back to that.
Okay, and then the next topic is the budget. And the reason it has to be approved at this meeting is that the town wants it in, I think it's some early January, like the 5th or the 6th or something like that, so it needs to be approved here before Megan submits it to the town. So I made a couple of copies if anyone wants to look it over again. I
Sure.
certainly just need two, but,
Share with you.
Sure. I did look at it
yeah.
on the
Well, we
screen.
could look, I could find it
Sorry,
on
I
the
should
web,
have, I
yeah.
guess I should have made more, I'm sorry.
No,
That's fine, we can share.
The color coding is just
The
to
drive.
correspond with the next page, which is the where the payroll.
And all of that is
Breakdown.
contractual. with
It's
the union.
contractual, it's,
Yeah.
it's kind of time consuming to come up with the numbers, but because it's based on, each person's salary and then the number of hours that they work weekends and then their longevity pay, all those sorts of things, but it's all contractual.
So the only thing for us to really look at is
Yes,
the,
and.
is the
we
below
did-
the personnel.
So
And
we
the-
changed a few things, but essentially kept the numbers the same with the exception of the books.
Materials.
Technology dropped.
So technology dropped. And we took that money and moved it into supplies. And then we also dropped postage and petty cash and moved that same amount into marketing. Because our newsletter, it's now,
Online. also.
well, we do the online one, but the one that we mail is now 2 full pages, so 4 pages, and so it's getting expensive to get it printed. And so that comes out of marketing, and we've been spending all the funds in that account. But the postage and petty cash, we just have them mailing. We don't really mail letters as much as we used to. Everything is all email to people and.
What does
that's what-
technology cover?
Devices, anything like that.
So just the
um,
devices and the repairs
Yeah,
to the
and things
computers?
like, well, the repairs are mostly done by the IT
Town,
department.
yeah.
The town pays for that. But things like our static IP locations, that
Mhm,
comes out of technology budget. Some of our subscriptions to things that might help us run faster.
So
or
why
that
is
sort
it
of
down?
thing. Well, we mostly had it in larger because we did some large purchasing.
Okay.
And so it
okay.
was larger for that period of time. Like we bought all the Chromebooks or, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. No,
We don't really do that as much.
Yeah.
So I think that she would ask for more in the future if she had a project coming up, maybe next year, if there's something that needs to be replaced. She would ask, increase it.
Mhm.
But at this point, we thought, well, $7,000 is plenty for what we need. And so why not use that money, in other lines? That was the thought. And supplies that we dropped it quite a bit, but everything is so expensive now that we are always spending the money that we have for supplies.
I could spend 7,000 just on lessons in a couple of hours.
Yeah, I mean, so that was, the thought process was just keep it's basically level funded, except for the
Except for the
materials.
And-
Just move the money around a little
And we've
bit.
talked about that before, trying, right now, the CLT is providing about half of our materials budget.
And we want to,
And
transition.
we're trying to get the town to have a bigger share so that we're not so reliant in order to keep our certification.
So that's the $20,000 under books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Exactly,
that might be eye-catching. And we might have some questions asked about that, but if Megan
Yeah.
feels, Megan has certainly laid the groundwork to have that done. I had a thought that maybe we want to ask for 98, so it's not a 6-figure and it's not a 25%
Right,
change, and then we can jump over 100 next year. But
yeah, 99999.
yeah, like your TV that you get at Best Buy, right? But I'm sure the 100 is.
Yeah, and I mean,
fine.
it'll be interesting because there's a new town accountant. Don, the previous town accountant, was completely on board with the concept of that the town should fund, keep the library certified, and we have to spend a certain amount, which goes up every year, it seems like. So I don't know what the new person will feel, but
25% increase.
Yeah.
overall,
So, yeah, they may
So
cut
I
it,
think
they may
there's-
cut us back,
yeah.
but we might as
I
well,
think Megan's
no
thought
harm in
is, yeah,
asking.
you can't, you're not gonna get it if you don't
Yeah.
ask for it, and so.
Exactly.
If they do, then we'll.
Plus, we may have some
Okay.
big expenses coming up for the trust, which will drop.
Well, as the market did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the,
That's-
to
Yeah,
rely on
the
that.
gift, the
is a little
gift is,
frightening.
the gift is not likely to be as high next year,
Right.
potentially.
Right, which is concerning, but.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
Is there any other discussion, or
Any
can I have a
questions?
motion to approve the budget?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any
Okay, that's
opposed?
the detail.
All right, budget passes, thank you.
great. And all she has is just the upcoming events. There was a cupcake wars was today, that Allison ran. It was so cute and just, kids just, she's had something like 27 kids sign up. It's fantastic.
Wow.
She's doing such a great job of getting, the younger group to come in and participate in things, so. That's been great, and then, well, you all know about the outdoor space fundraising and the website design is still ongoing, so. I think that's it.
Wow.
Unless
right.
anyone has
What is,
questions about anything.
what are the goals of the website improvement project? What sort of
I-
differences what are
I
we trying
think
to
more
accomplish?
ease of use, of better access. Simplifying, I guess, so that you go
Mhm.
on and you can easily find out where you want to go. A little more dynamic, I think. I mean, if you look at other libraries' websites, there's, kind of catches your eye a little bit more.
Will it have any tracking capability so we can see what's popular on the website? 'Cause that would be really nice to
She
have.
has that capability. It is a little restrictive with what we have to use for the
Sure,
the
the software.
program, yeah. But I don't know. I mean, it's something, I'm not really involved in that. There's a couple other staff
Okay.
members that are doing it, but I
But
can
maybe you
certainly
could
ask
just
them. Yeah,
ask, because I think
right.
that's a
Like
real
clicks.
aid when you go forward to make the next change. You'll know
Yeah,
what folks are using.
yeah. But that's a work in progress, so she can update you, I think, next month
Good.
on how it's going. And then, let's see, next is me, right?
Next is you. Although before you start that, Megan did just respond and said it would be best if we voted on it. She feels we're
Okay.
behind that.
Okay.
The last one ended on June 30th.
You're not losing it.
Every now and then I pay attention.
That's scary.
I expected that was going to be the case when you raised it. I didn't realize it. Did anyone have anything they wanted to contribute to a conversation about the strategic plan? Did everyone have a chance to review
I
it?
thought it was fantastic. You did a great job.
Super.
All right, can I have a motion to approve?
So
I would like
moved.
to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Great. And then, so I just have the warrants kind of large this month, and I think because we're a little later in the month, things just kept rolling in. And like I said in my accounting report, we have used up the town appropriated funds. Now we're dipping into the funds from the CLT from last year. It was about $8,000.
Yeah, I was surprised how early in the year that
It
was
did seem
happening.
early, yeah. So I think that, well, we did have a couple of big expenses, the book lease.
Oh, for
Annual
the Red
book
Hot
lease,
Read.
which is almost $9,000 that's on this warrant. So what we have left from CLT probably will last for January, and then we'll need the funds for the February warrant. I'll keep an eye on that, but
Okay.
but it did seem like, wow,
Yeah.
what happened?
Yeah, because we
Will
used
you
to
please
go.
run that message to the powers that be in the Investment Advisory Committee?
Sure, yeah. I'll
Thank you.
scare him.
Snap your fingers.
That's right. And then let's see, what other things did we have going on? Oh, well, I know that you're probably all aware about we're using the South Shore Music Circus grant to reimburse the expenses for the CLT fundraiser. So Jennifer Sayer paid. used
Jen
credit
Onyebene.
card. Yeah, Jen Onyebene.
How do you pronounce her last name?
Anya Bene?
Onyebene, but she
Anna
goes by
Bene?
Sayer.
Yeah, Anya
Anya
Bene.
Oh, Anya Bene.
Anya Bene,
It's
Anya
yeah.
Bene.
Yes, exactly.
Good.
All good.
I'm getting hungry.
It's all good. But her maiden name is Sayer and her
Yeah.
her credit card says Sayer.
That
so
says
that's-
Sayer, yeah, well,
And-
first when she sent the thing,
Yeah.
I said, I
Who's
didn't know who
this?
that was, yeah, but, so we're using the funds to reimburse her, and for the printing of those cards, I
Mhm.
believe is also
And I think the phone cord boards too.
on the phone board, I think that was on last month's.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, maybe no, it's all combined now on the Braintree printing bill. And other than that, just supplies, the usual, nothing, petty cash, that kind of thing.
Is there any discussion of the bills?
Questions?
I mean, how did it go with the fundraiser?
Oh, we'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
But let's pay the bills. Is there a motion to approve the bills?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Fabulous.
Great.
We don't have a chair's report because the chair isn't here. And I guess from the CLT report perspective, the event was great. We had probably around 50 people come. We also had a lot of people who knew about it, couldn't come, didn't want to come, but at least they, the word is getting out. And people were very positive with the design, with the idea. There were a few suggestions made.
Oh, what
But
are the
there was-
suggestions?
Landscape lighting,
Oh, okay.
kind of down lighting so that it's visible
Oh,
at
great.
night,
That's a good
was
suggestion.
one of them. And people thought if there was a way to get an awning out over the pergola or something so that there could be more shade, that
Okay,
would be good. That's gonna be a budgetary item too. It may also be a logistical item because it looks like the pergola is right under the gutter. So there
okay.
may not be room to put anything, but it's a question worth asking.
Yeah,
so-
you can put those rollers actually down on the street side and pull it up.
Potentially. So those were the two,
Good.
the two suggestions that came up, but overall, it was very positive energy. We've gotten, 2 $5,000 donations that I know of from that. And there were some from beforehand as well. And so we've raised, in total, $46,000 so far. So keep it coming. And we have a number of people that we'd like to follow up with. And if you guys, know people that you think
So like,
might be
if we
willing.
know like parents of friends, we don't really want to like say that I'm sending their contact information, is that okay?
What do you mean? What do
Like
you
I
mean?
have friends that are my age, but their parents are the ones that would be more likely to donate.
Oh, okay.
So, and I don't know the parents, like have, should I just not approach that or?
Well, you could pop something in their mailbox,
Okay.
like under cover of night.
Okay.
I have made a little package that has a one-page write-up that talks about, the need and why we're doing it, and the funding sources and how to make a donation. And then it has the plan and the rendering, which honestly, I think doesn't do the project justice because you really don't get a sense of the size of the patio. So I try and point that out to people. It's like fun to see it built in the hill and kind of imagine what it would be like with people on it. But I think that the overall project has more to offer than that. And then this was an article from the Cohasset Anchor that talked about the project getting approved by CPC before it went to town meeting. So, you could print, I could send these to you, you could print them out.
It's on the web. It's on the.
It's-
And I would give it
It's
to
all
her.
on the web.
Okay.
Give it to the friends
Yeah.
or, and then, or give them the link.
Okay.
But I'm printing these things out and writing a handwritten note
Okay.
to some people saying, please join us in donating, trying to make this, that sort of thing. And I've sent some emails where I've soft pedaled it a little, we're looking for some more leadership donors to, give it the 10 or, $5,000 or $10,000 to join the others at the $5,000 or $10,000 level. And all donations are gratefully accepted. So as not to.
Okay, that's a key term.
And how are
leadership
you
donor.
Yeah.
How are you recognizing the leadership?
We're gonna see how many we get and then figure it out, but the idea would be to have a plaque somewhere,
Okay.
or something outside, we I don't know if we'll have it outside or whether it'll be just inside the door, if the door ends up being a little bit more in and out, which is the idea. So we'll just have to see how many we get and
Okay.
what makes sense. So that was the idea. So, any kind of handwritten note or personal reaching out, I think, tends to have a better, and I met with a friend yesterday who's done a lot of development work. And she's like, the key is to ask for more, because some people get insulted if you ask them for too little. What do you mean? I have the potential to give a lot more than that. And I'm like, okay, but that's not my, I'm a soft seller. Yeah, I know. I'm a soft seller, but that was her take. So I just passed that
So
along.
we should take some
So-
postcards and then print
Yeah.
that out.
Definitely take some postcards and print it out and actually Corey Evans, the selectman, put these at Seabird and then sent us a little video. Look, people are taking them. People were picking them up and looking at
That's a
them
good
and
idea,
taking
though.
them.
It's all
Yeah,
But to send these out to prospective donors, I think needs a note.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, no, I would include it with the papers. that-
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
that,
this
no,
does not do the
Send it,
project
but to
justice.
send it out
yeah.
like this, and then the QR code is available for people
And then put
who
a note
might
with
want
it.
to use it.
Well, thanks
So
to you
anyway.
and all that have been
Yeah.
working on this. That's great.
Thanks.
Yeah, and it
Fingers
was a great
crossed.
event. I thought it was fun
Thanks.
and
Yeah.
it went smoothly.
Yeah, it was good. It was good energy.
Yeah.
And the, obviously Monday night went well and the 125 was approved. So now we have, roughly $200,000 toward the project plus, whatever we're able to raise. And Russ Benetti was very, positive and said, if you get stuck, come back and talk to us. So that
So
was
you're
nice.
already
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
a quarter of the way there.
Halfway there. Well, a quarter of the way to the 200, yes, exactly. But, the first quarter is the easiest quarter to get.
Do you have a simple answer for someone that responds to you? That seems a lot for, extending the,
Yeah, and it is a lot, but no, I don't, but there's a lot of brickwork. The biggest expense is the walls. And the walls themselves, I think, I'm gonna, I don't want to quote.
It might be
quote the
useful.
number.
When
Yeah,
Carolyn first showed it to me, I thought that was a really reasonable amount, and when she talked about it. But then when I saw the rendering, I thought, wow, that is a lot of money for what that rendering shows. I thought it was gonna be much more hardscape. And I think it is supposed to. be
there
more
is a lot of hardscape. The hardscape just doesn't show on the rendering because it's on the patio.
Yeah.
The patio is
Yeah.
35 feet deep. So
And
now
leveling,
this is the.
you know,
other one.
I think. it's
Yeah,
gonna
all
be
that
more
railing
leveling
and the wall and then,
Yeah.
and the hard surface.
it might be
And
useful
then this.
to, I don't know how you would present it, but it might be useful to have at a very high level, the components of it.
Yeah, the seating walls, the amphitheater walls and the wall around the patio
Right.
are, I think, 160,000 of the 400.
Oh, okay.
And the pergola alone is $70,000.
Okay.
Wow.
So, but these are the landscape architect's numbers. They're not,
Sure.
the installer's numbers. And I don't know about you guys, but my experience with architects is their numbers are not necessarily, not necessarily, but they do their best, but they're not tradespeople, But the pergola, he said that, lumber now is tremendously
Yeah.
expensive, and maybe when we do it, it will have come down a little. And, I feel like something like that, if we had to, we could always make that part of phase 2. We could do the hardscaping work if we needed to. So, but there's the stage, the seating walls, the handrail, stairs, and then the concrete patio. Plus, we're relocating the walkway.
Yeah.
So,
And the hedge, or whatever we're
Yeah.
calling this, is gonna be much taller, right? Isn't it gonna just encompass this and make it much more intimate so that we don't hear the noise of Sawyer Street? No, because,
For two reasons. We're always gonna hear the noise, but there could conceivably be more trees on the outside to block the visual traffic. But we don't, the thought was that it should be open and you should be able to see, like, if we have a tall hedge, you're not gonna see it from the street.
Mhm.
So you're not gonna know that it's there. And
Being
it's a-
used.
Yeah, and well, and you're not gonna think, oh, I should go and read a book over there. Like, it's not gonna be as welcoming and inviting. And so the idea was to make it visible. It will be there as a barrier to try and make sure that kids don't go anywhere and to make it feel enclosed when you're there for a program. But it's not meant to be a visual barrier because we want people to be able to see it from the street. Why put landscape lighting in if you can't see it because there's a hedge? You know,
So
I'm
this
just
is
thinking-
debatable. I mean, this is
I'm
debatable, but
just
that was,
thinking,
that
do
was
I wanna
the.
sit there and read a book and say hello to everybody who lives down Sawyer Street?
Well, hopefully not, because I hope.
Well-
they'll
You're
have
gonna be
their eyes
way-
on
I'll
the
be
road.
so engrossed in the book. I
But
mean,
if,
Don't your
but
friends
you'll be
have
up
poor
here on the
eyesight?
patio, you'll be up here on the patio, like which will be more comfortable.
Yeah,
When you're reading a book and therefore, you know,
Mhm,
you'll be
mhm.
further off the street and won't have to worry about
But
everything.
I'm definitely honking if I'm passing by.
Me too. I'm gonna yell.
but seriously, if you're gonna have a book discussion group, you're more likely to have it up on the,
On the patio.
yeah.
Patio.
Yeah.
So just from the very beginning, hearing the number $400,000, I agree, does not seem like a big number for something that's gonna be around for you for a long time. And then when you think about the engineering behind it, I kind of thought, oh, there's value in that. So I've never thought of it as a big number. I think it's pretty reasonable.
There's a lot of
So-
brickwork too.
Yeah, so I think I think you try to guide the discussion to the value proposition of the benefits to the town and the longevity of it versus getting into the details of the line items, because that's all subjective, right? I mean, for me, anyway, the value and the longevity of it is worth a lot more than $400,000, I think.
I raised that only because when I talked to a couple of folks, I got that response.
Wow.
Oh, I thought it seemed very reasonable for anyone who's had any work done recently.
Yeah.
Bargain.
Agreed. Okay, so that was it on that, unless anyone has anything else they want to talk about. And I guess we won't have a friends report since Catherine isn't here, which means I guess. There was some suggestion made that we go to the Blue Oar tonight after the meeting. Is that something that people want to do?
You want to wait for Catherine?
Well,
It
there's
might-
7 of us. I was, there's nothing saying we can't go more than once.
That's true.
That was my original thought, but then
It's a
now that
monthly
there's 7 of
event.
us here.
I got a pass for the night, so I'm absolutely going to. I know.
A hall pass.
Hall
You've
pass,
got a hall
yeah.
pass. All right.
You guys together.
We can't talk library
Those are
business.
so rare that.
We can, as long as we're not talking library business.
Okay,
All right.
we
Um,
should get it all out here.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. So this is like get to know your
Water.
fellow trustees. of the Blue Oar.
Okay.
All right, then unless
Well,
there's
just a
anything
quick
else. anyone-
question.
Yeah,
We're gonna have a discussion of the legal opinion about
next
the,
We're
time.
gonna read
Yeah.
that next time.
because that was dense,
I thought it was actually pretty clear, huh?
but dense.
Yeah.
I figured.
Alex, you look really happy to be part of the trustees now.
Yeah.
You should save that picture.
We should. say-
Yeah, exactly. What's
All
wrong
right.
We
with
want to
Steve?
recruit other people, like,
Yeah.
look how much fun we're
Yeah,
having.
it's engaging.
All right, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
All right.
All right.
All right, let's do it.
And I did not get a pass, so I cannot join you, but you and